Today's guest is Elizabeth Yarnell. She is a multi-passionate entrepreneur. By day, she's a traditional naturopath empowering people with MS or other autoimmune issues to help themselves improve their futures. By night, she teaches movie-making skills to elementary and middle schoolers through online courses. She would love to share her unconventional story, the passion of empowering people to take care of themselves through knowledge. Please give a warm welcome to ever blessed Elizabeth Yarnell.
So I am a traditional naturopath. That means that I don't work with pharmaceuticals, I don't do diagnoses, and I don't do surgeries. So there is something called a naturopathic physician, which is kind of a hybrid between naturopath and allopathic doctors. And they do all of those three things, as well as what the foundation of my practice is, which is using natural protocols to help people heal by focusing on the root cause of what is disrupting their bodies. So most, if not all, symptoms are due to inflammation. So my focus is really on inflammation. And I know that if we can identify the triggers that are causing the inflammation in a person's body and remove those, then that inflammation will recede and many of their symptoms will just go away because there won't be that inflammation there. Oh. And when I asked my MS doctors, well, what can I do to make my future better? And they said, well, there's not much. You can take one of these injectable disease-modifying therapeutic pharmaceuticals, which have toxic side effects and very, very low efficacy rates. And they might slow down the course of your disease, but they're not going to make it go away. It's not a cure for it by any chance. And that's all we can tell you. And I said to them, well, what about if I change my diet and my lifestyle and exercise my brain and all these things? And they said, it won't make a difference. You're still going to be on the same downhill slope that everybody with MS and really autoimmunity is on, is this unrelenting downhill slope in life until you get to the bottom where you have severe disability and then you die.
I've had issues where I completely forgot to drink water for the past 3 days. I'm like, what's going on with me here? All of a sudden I'm a little dizzy, I'm lightheaded, and I don't feel good. Well, oh boy, behold, I forgot to drink water. And I've actually put myself in the hospital a couple of times because of it. I'm like, the simplest things you would think of, or the things that you wanted to, you think that you'll get around to eating that meal and eating something more balanced, but your life is so busy that what the most important thing in life is to feed your soul and feed your body and your mind. And it just kind of gets to the wayside because everybody else's priorities are before yours. So I know, coming from a mother yourself here, that's probably the situation that you have gone through many, many times, and you are just completely just absent-minded about your well-being. I hope I'm not talking out of.
Not at all. No, you're absolutely right. And in fact, I mean, from the decade of my 20s, when I lived alone, I either ate fast food or I ate restaurant leftovers, or I just simply skipped the meal. It just wasn't that important to me. And you're right, but that's probably what led me to tipping over into autoimmunity. And it wasn't a very healthy way to live. It was how does what we eat affect how we feel and function in our world? And even as the daughter of doctors, this wasn't something I had been taught, and which isn't a surprise because doctors don't really learn anything about nutrition or healthy eating in medical school. And in fact, many doctors will tell you it doesn't matter what you eat, but it absolutely does. And the human body is full.
Thank you for listening to Noise Palooza Zion podcast. And if you enjoy listening to my podcast, please don't hesitate to give me a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. Also wanted to give a shout out and thank you so much to all my guests, past, present, and future. And stay tuned for the next upcoming episode on Fridays.